Like, I find it weird. Okay, I know Disney doesn't have a good track record with live action stuff. Whether it's the Jungle Book or, Peter Pan or any of that stuff. Hook wasn't bad, though. But that wasn't Disney, was it? Was Hook technically a Disney film? That was Robert De Niro, Robin Williams. That was way back. Had a John Williams score. I feel like that was a good film for a live action. And then it's just like all the other live action films, people are like, boo, like Aladdin. People hated Aladdin, honestly. But they're going to keep making them, so just whatever. I'm sure we can find a list. God, why did I just say that? I'm going to have to look up a list. Chat, there was a live action Lady and the Tramp. Okay, I know Mulan. That was a thing. People either liked it or didn't. God, they've been doing this for a while. Dude, I forgot this. Bro, this came out in 2014. Maleficent, Alice in Wonderland. Oh, yeah, that too. I forgot about that. Honestly, and you guys are going to think I'm weird, I never think of Alice in Wonderland as a Disney property. I really don't. I think of it as like that public domain property everybody turns into a weird gothic-y kind of thing, honestly. I thought that was relatively recently. Oh, no, they did have live action back in 94. That's right, I remember that. Okay. All right, you had 101 Dalmatians, 102 Dalmatians, which just sounds stupid. Alice in Wonderland, which was dreadful. Okay. Maleficent, meh. That was kind of meh. Cinderella, there's so many Cinderella things. You had the other Jungle Book. Yeah, that was the other one that came out. Okay. Through the Looking Glass, also terrible. Beauty and the Beast, I did not see, so I don't know if that's any good. Christopher Robin. That was decent. That was decent. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible, but it was decent. It was decent. Okay. Dumbo, I saw bits and pieces. I didn't care to invest the time. Aladdin, I just didn't bother with. The Lion King. The Lion King was the one I was thinking of that people just did not like. You liked it? You actually, all right. Oh, some people liked Alice in Wonderland. I didn't like it at all for some reason. Because here's the thing. Unfortunately, I played the original American McGee's Alice game, and that was a really dark take on Alice in Wonderland. So when Tim Burton was going to do Alice in Wonderland, I was like, in my head, I'm thinking it's going to be super dark. And it really wasn't. It was quirky, like Tim Burton quirky, but not Tim Burton dark. So I don't know. It was what it was. So I was expecting more dark. Lady and the Tramp, quote unquote, live action. I didn't even know that was a thing. Mulan, okay. Cruella, which was basically Harlequin. And Pinocchio. Okay. So these are the ones that have just come out. They're released. They're out there. September 8th. Okay. Box office performance. Many Disney remakes rank along the highest grossing. Really? Upon their release, currently The Lion King 8th. Wow. No, bro. For everybody who complains about all the remakes are terrible. They should stop dude, they're pulling in money. They really are. Look, they seem to be almost doubling them. Well, except this one. 101 2 Dalmatians. Wait, other territories. So worldwide. Oh, no, they still made money. Okay, we got to go by worldwide, chat. All right? Because the U.S., Canada doesn't count. Because something like, dude, Jungle Book. This wasn't in other territories? Okay, still. Even though they made $13 million, whatever. But, dude, look at this. Look at these profit margins on all this. Dude, $100 million on 102 Dalmatians. Wow. All right. Look at this. I don't even know what that number is. Alice in Wonderland. Is that $1 billion? Chat, is that $1 billion? Did Alice in Wonderland make $1 billion worldwide? Twitch was giving troubles for some time, and now I can get into Jim's stream. Yes. Nice. Good job. Asp, hi. Yep, so that's $1 billion. Okay, I've never seen the number printed on paper with all those. People usually just put the 1 and the word billion after it, okay? Okay, so worldwide, Alice in Wonderland, which I didn't care for, $1 billion based on a $200 million budget. That is insane. I feel like I am in the wrong business. You know? Maleficent, look, 180 million, still made 758. Now, I'm looking for a loss here. Like, I see no losses. This was close. This was kind of close, though. Still, it's like almost $1 billion. Beauty and the Beast, $1.2 billion based on a $160 million investment. These guys are like just printing up gold. Look at this. Dude. Like everything, they're doubling their money at least. The Lion King, $1.6 billion. Okay, that's still fine. Okay, this is a problem right here. Okay, this one. Mulan. Wow. Really? So they lost money on Mulan. Surprisingly. They lost money on Mulan. What happened here? Oh, that's right. It was released through Disney Plus streaming services with a premium fee due to the effects of COVID-19. However, it also had a theatrical release in several countries where theaters were open. Okay. So this is the anomaly, right? The anomaly is there was COVID-19 going on, I guess, when Mulan came out. I completely forgot about that. So I feel like they probably would have made money, but they tried to shoehorn it into Disney Plus with the premium fee. Everybody got pissed off about it. That I do remember now. So hypothetically, let's say $130 million loss, which they easily made back with Cruella, surprisingly, which everybody claimed to hate. Okay. This is what I've learned, chat. Okay, I'm learning new things. I am learning new things. And you know what I've learned? What all these numbers tell me is for all the complaining people do on the internet, I hate all the Disney remakes. They're all terrible. Screw Disney. They're terrible. Why do they got to keep making? Why do they keep rebooting? Why? Why is this the same thing over and over again? But because $9 billion. They invested $2.3 billion and made 9.4. Okay, you do the math. Whatever. They're walking away still with like $7 billion. Okay, so I've learned, and I feel like the rest of the world should learn, is the internet is a very loud voice, but doesn't reflect how the rest of society feels, clearly. So, with that in mind...
And these numbers are most likely low, compared to the actual number. Not to mention all the merchandise income on top of these numbers.
Exactly, right? Because you figure most of these had toy tie-ins, shirts, merchandise, mugs, you name it, Christmas ornaments. Everywhere. All this, right? See, and look, Rotten Tomatoes, they're like, 80%. Metacritic, 63. You know, I don't care about the scores because none of that means anything to me. And you know what? All those scores don't mean anything to Disney. You'll want to know why? $9 billion. Okay? So it's stuff like this that gives me a little bit more insight to the inner workings of society's mind. Because I think we've all been enough on the internet enough to realize the internet knows nothing. It literally knows nothing. The internet knows nothing. You know? So, even what's-his-face, Burke Black, because he's actually in Disneyland now. I think he's doing a couple of days there or whatever. He's a big Disney fan, okay? And he was like, okay, I went to Disneyland and I've been walking around, and he's like, all those articles that you hear about, oh, Disneyland is dying, nobody's going, blah, blah, blah. He's like, this place is packed constantly, every day, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people all the time. But the internet says, oh, nobody's going, Disney is dying. They ain't dying. The internet doesn't know what it's talking about. Keep this in mind. Every day for the rest of your life, the internet has no freaking idea of what's happening. They really don't. You know, they like to speculate, but they don't go out and look for the numbers. Like, for everybody who's saying all these movies were terrible, they might well, in fact, be. But from a business standpoint, they're doing great. And that's all they care about. So general public needs to either have better taste, or these movies are actually hitting their mark. You know? So these movies are probably not to most of our tastes, because we're like, Disney, whatever. But your general public is perfectly willing to give them close to $10 billion just in movie sales. You know? And it's like when you see the review bombs on everything. Oh, you know, Cruella only got a 59, and even Rotten Tomatoes only gave it a 74%. Bro, to still walk away with over $129 million. Bro, okay, here's the thing. If I made something and I walked away with $120 million, do you think I care what the scores are? No, I don't give a... No, absolutely not. No one cares. Like, I mean, quite literally, keep this in mind. Keep it in mind. It's super important. No, because it's like that vibe of the internet, it's not very representative of, I think, how everyday people think, because it's the internet. People are a little warped. They're a little extra sarcastic. I guarantee you most of the people that hated those films we just went through probably went to see them. And they were like, oh, I hated this film. Stupid, terrible. I hope it fails miserably. $9 billion later, Disney's like, more live action. It's hitting its mark somewhere, you know? And same thing with like people saying Disneyland is dead. People go there in droves, you know? And this is finally for me, because I'm not looking up these videos, but a streamer that I watch has verified with their own eyes that all these articles about Disneyland dying are completely false, because it's packed. So it's just, what is happening then? What is that disconnect between articles writing about the state of things and then the actual state of things? It's not a good thing, you know? And I feel like they do that for either controversy, or people on the internet, individuals, are just venting. And I get it, you know. Everybody grew up loving Disney, and you want to see them do new properties and new things. In other words, you know how we all get worked up about the constant reboots and stuff like that? And we really wish there was something new out there and all that, you know. Some people get physically agitated, angry, and upset by all the regurgitated and reused content out there, especially by large companies like Disney that can afford to invest in original IPs. But it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, people do enjoy it. People do enjoy it. You know, kind of like when you get a AAA game, right? It's garbage, it's buggy, people complain about it all the time. Cyberpunk, right? So many people hated that game, according to the internet, according to articles. It's so buggy, it's a broken mess, blah, blah, blah. They still made a lot of freaking money, and let's find out how much. According to this, right, and this was 2021, and you know the sales have gone up. This was back then. CD Projekt Red posted record-breaking revenue and sales numbers for the 2020 fiscal year thanks to Cyberpunk 27, and despite the game's problematic release. The developers announced that it posted over 2.14 billion. This is in Polish money, or around 563 million in total sales revenue, which is 4 times higher than 2019's. That's mostly due to Cyberpunk 2077, which sold 13.7 million copies at the end of 2013. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Then they talk about the refunds, right? Okay, let's math this. All right, you ready for math? All right, 563 million, hypothetically, from Cyberpunk, right? Let's round it down to 500. 500. All right. Now, it processed 215,000 refunds, right? So to say 38 million, basically in additional refunds on that, 2.23 million in direct refunds made through its own Help Me Refund thing. Blah, blah, blah. So 40, right? So I would even, okay, so 10 million. I'm going to round it up to 50. I'm rounding it up to 50, all right? So, hypothetically, a game everybody hated, everyone complained about, broken, buggy, piece of crap, story sucks, everything about it's terrible, doesn't run, doesn't work, give me back my money. All that crap. $563 million. I will actually math it and make it easier. $63 million, and that's upping it, right? $63 million in refunds. They still $500 million. Still $500 million for a game everybody supposedly hated, right? Supposedly. Everybody hated it. It's so terrible. It's another buggy game. It's a buggy garbage game. Terrible. Give me back my money. You know? Plus there's DLC that comes out, right? That came out already. And you got to figure this is 2021. Say just shy of $500 million profit. So we mathed that out and we said about 500 million. So we were kind of accurate in that assessment for 2021. Now, the game, all the refunds are processed. All the refunds are processed. They still made $500 million and sales are still going. Now with renewed DLC, that's more money. So, much like Disney crap, everybody who complains about it, even those who got their refunds back, you know, their money back, still doesn't dent the fact that most people actually liked it. So all the discontent and crap we hear on the internet constantly about Disney, Cyberpunk, Skyrim. How many people complained about Skyrim? Fallout 76 even. It's still making money. It's still making money. So now there's one or two things, right? The internet either has valid criticisms that the rest of the world is too stupid to acknowledge and therefore just say, shut up and take my money, or the internet's criticisms are completely invalid and they should shut the hell up and let business run its course. So I don't know. I generally feel majority of society is really stupid. So I would feel like the internet, there's a possibility of the internet being a smart minority of people who are overanalyzing everything and therefore feel very agitated and angry that we keep getting reboots and stuff like that, while the rest of the plebs of society are perfectly fine with broken games and constant reboots. Personal opinion. Now, but I mean, it still doesn't change the fact. It doesn't change anything that these companies make so much money that it's obscene and it's ridiculous, you know? So it's numbers. It's quite literally math, and I can't argue with math. I can't argue with math, you know? Even Skyrim, everyone complained about it. Fallout 76, everyone complained about it. All these games are still making money. They're all still making money. Skyrim, still making money. They released it like 12 times. It's in a car. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the disconnect is between the internet's perspective on things and what people are willing to spend their money on. So, again, and this is what I think. I feel like the internet has more discerning taste, but general public doesn't give a crap. And they'll just buy anything. Because I feel that's what the case is at this point. So, sorry? I mean, I don't know. Maybe that'll shift a little bit as more people become more savvy about, I guess broken games and just bad reboots and stuff like that. But, dude, I wouldn't argue with $500 million in profit, even if I'm having to, return millions and millions of dollars in refunds. Like, whatever. But dude, there's 60 million in refunds. What? We still got $500 million, bro. Whatever. Just here, take it. Yeah. But it is interesting. And I'm going to keep that in mind that, general public opinion about stuff is completely different from the internet. So when the internet gets all bent out of shape about everything, social justice and all that, the general public may not reflect that sentiment, and vice versa, So it's going to be a topic by topic, product by product kind of thing. But I don't know. I feel like I should invest in Disney right now because they're just holding all the cards, man. It's insane.